let's jump right into the Logan trailer. This is the second trailer that we've had from Logan, and it looks ridiculously epic. We've got X-23, of course, very similar to the Wolverine, and actually picks up her own series if you pay attention to the comic universe. Clearly this story is going to be based off of Old Man Logan, another comic series. If you haven't read, you must read if you want to read something incredible that kind of details what happens to the X-Men, clearly in the comic books. It's interesting though, again, seeing from the Patrick Stewart aspect, we have Professor X in this film. I do hope they elaborate a little bit more. At the end of the trailer, of course, we find out he's about 90, 93 years old. In the comics, he's not alive. He's actually dead, so we'll see how that kind of goes. I mean, again, depending on which storyline you're reading. I love this because clearly they want to get a hold of X-23, whoever these bad people are, and she's her own badass. She is what Wolverine was, Hugh Jackman was in those first X-Men films. Clearly she has her own claws, and everybody's freaked the fuck out. I love how this movie's going to be rated R. It is so about time we get an X-Men film that is going to have gore, it is going to have violence, and it is going to have badass little kids that, frankly, are just epic. Patrick Stewart, of course, this probably is the last time he's going to be playing Professor X, which is very sad. Hugh Jackman is going to be playing the Wolverine for the last time. But it looks like they're going to go out with a bang. That last scene right there, the dude in the white coat, I am placing real money that that's going to be Mr. Sinister, which will be another great storyline to pick up if they ever do. And then, of course, I want to know what this relationship is with everybody here. I really do hope they elaborate on the storyline. It looks very dark, very depressing. Obviously, Professor X there, it looks like maybe he's losing his own powers. But oh god, this tag team, I love the tag team. It's going to be so, look, I mean, they're covered in blood. They've clearly been, killing some people, so. This second trailer, and of course you gotta have a little bit of humor, the swearing, Patrick Stewart, it's only been 2 days, he's 93, people are dying left and right, so I genuinely hope that they solidify this storyline very well, and in order to do that, the director, I've seen some of his movies in the past, so I don't have any doubts. With that being said, let us jump into the pile of garbage, which of course is the Power Rangers film. And I'm sorry, but even just from the first trailer, this is that Kevin Bacon film. I forget what it is, but it's basically Breakfast Club meets a high school after-school special. You've got Zach Morris and his Bayside crew. You've got a lot of colors. You've got CGI that just looks like it came out of the 90s. And I'm sorry, but if you go back to the 1990s Power Rangers movie, destroys that, whatever this is. I mean, look at it. It's garbage. It's fake. It's ridiculous. And I don't know what they're trying to pull off here. I mean, that's my favorite part here, is the fact that Heisenberg is going to be played by Zordon. Anybody who wants to cosplay Zordon literally has to just get one of those needle things. Remember as a kid, and you put it on your face and it would give you a portrayal of your face. I guarantee Comic-Con this year, WonderCon, all those comic conventions, all you gotta do is get one of those metal things and you can play Zordon. God, this looks so terrible. These are the putty people. This, you know what it actually looks like? It kind of looks like a Hallmark film. You know when they had a really low budget on their CGI? That's what this is. It's an after-school high school special. Rita Repulsa, don't get me wrong, I mean, she kind of looks cool in that outfit, but that's CGI. What is this? They're trying to make it all badass, obviously emo kids that have had a hard time with their struggles and after-school detention and things like that. Again, more CGI that just looks oh god, it's like some Goldar. That looks like, if you ever gone to a chocolate factory, this looks like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, Goldar. When they put that little gold dust all over some chocolate piece, that's exactly what that is. The Megazord, clearly I don't have the words on how horrible this film already looks, and it will fail miserably. Watch me cross my heart. I've said it before from movies in the past. Ghostbusters reboot, ring a bell? Yeah, that failed miserably, and it wasn't because of females. It was because of the director. It was because you destroyed a legacy, and I could keep going, but I'll stop. Last but not least, of course, for this episode, I want to talk about the Episode 8 Star Wars that will be coming out later this year. That has finally gotten a title that will be called The Last Jedi. And a lot of people are worried, of course, that they're going to kill off Luke Skywalker. And maybe they will. We don't know. We haven't even had a teaser yet, which we should be getting actually in April, where Star Wars Celebration kicks off. But here's my beef with everybody that's freaking out, like, oh my god, Luke's gonna die, blah, 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 blah. Ding. Have we not seen Return of the Jedi?
When gone am I, the last of the Jedi will you be? Luke. The Force runs strong in your family.
Last year, we had The Force Awakens. Does anybody not remember The Force Awakens?
The droid will soon be delivered to the Resistance, leading them to the last Jedi. If Skywalker returns, the new Jedi will rise.
So, when they say the last Jedi, Luke is the last Jedi. But it is up to him, of course, to bring back the Jedi ways. It is his responsibility to start the good side up again, and of course, not let the dark side take over. Now, where they're going to take this storyline is anybody's guess at this point. You know, there's leaks, there's theories, whose Rey's parents are. You know, very sad that, of course, we did lose Carrie Fisher just last year. You know, respects to her character, respects to her. She will be sorrowfully missed. But it's going to be very interesting. One, because of that factor that we no longer have Carrie Fisher. And number two, though, is technically Luke is not the last Jedi. Princess Leia, of course, is the twin sister to Luke. So clearly there are two Jedi. Now, of course, is she officially a Jedi? No. But that doesn't mean she doesn't have the Force. You look at Rey, look at The Force Awakens. Rey clearly has the Force. That doesn't mean she cannot become a Jedi. So of course, this movie already has been, you know, through leaks, through theories, through even the actors themselves. This is going to be a darker film. You know, that's the point. It's one of those where Empire Strikes Back. It took A New Hope and turned and evolved that story into something that we all know today. Something that was incredible, portrayed beautifully, and opened up a whole world, a whole galaxy of different stories and different characters that hopefully Disney, Marvel, Lucasfilm will expand on in the future. So I'm hopeful. I think it's going to be a great film regardless, and I look forward to whatever leaks or footage that we're going to have in the coming future. So with that being said, welcome to 2017. We have got a lot of movies that we're going to talk about coming up over the next course of the year. You've got Pirates 5, you've got Guardians of the Galaxy, you've got Spider-Man, you've got Logan, you've got Resident Evil coming out this week. A lot of good stuff coming out. Stay tuned for more posts by yours truly, Spot of Nerd. Tell your friends, tell your family. We're all over the social medias. It's a lot better than the political crap, so I enjoy telling you all about this, and I hope you'll comment, question, give me your feedback, tell me what you think, and let's talk about it, because it's much better than talking about some of the other crap that's going on. Anyway, love you all. Thanks for the support. We'll see you next time.